Hello children and viewers. So today I am going to teach about the prism activity. So from the prism activity we are going to learn the relation between the angle of incidence and angle of deviation. Now that is nothing but how the angle of deviation can be changes according to the angle of incidence. So actually, when the angle of incidence will be increases, angle of deviation is also decreases, so up to a minimum value. So after that, even though angle of incidence increases, so the angle of deviation will be increases further. So after reaching the minimum value, again it will be increases. So that we have to observe today. So for this activity, so the materials required are, one is a triangular prism. So this is a triangular prism because the principal section of the prism will be in the triangular shape. That's why it is called a triangular prism. And next one, so instead of pins, I am taking a laser light. Actually in the textbook we have to use the pin. So but instead of pin, so I am using the light. And next one, a protractor. And next one, a scale, pencil and a white paper, and as well as the drawing board is required, but I am not using the drawing board here. Actually this white paper must be kept on the drawing board. So first of all take the white paper. So after taking the white paper, so now it must be kept on the drawing board actually. So now there is no drawing board, so that's why I am doing in the floor. I am doing on the floor. So after keeping the paper on the drawing board and take the prism, and we have to take the boundary of the principal section of this prism. Actually the principal section of the prism will be in the triangular shape, so that's why we have to take the boundary of the prism which is in the triangular shape. So now to overcome the reflections, I am paste nothing but this side will be covered with a plaster to remove the reflection from this side. Now this is the prism I am taking. So after placing this prism on the white paper, so we have to take the boundary of the principal section of the prism. సో ఈ విధంగా మీరు ఈ బౌండరీ అనేది తీసుకోవాలి ప్రిన్సిపల్ సెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ ద ప్రిజం. సో ఆఫ్టర్ డ్రాయింగ్ ద బౌండరీ and remove the prism and kept aside, and now name that principal section. So that is A and B, C. So after that, so now this AB is now one refracting surface and AC is another refracting surface. And AB అనేది ఒక refracting surface అవుతుంది, AC అనేది ఇంకొక refracting surface అవుతుంది. Now on the AB side the light will be incident, and on the AC side the light will be comes outside. So that's why this angle between these two surfaces will be called as angle of the prism. Here this angle of the prism will be 60 degrees, remember. So the angle of the prism here A equal to 60 degrees. So after that on this AB side we have to incident light. So to incident the light, so first of all I am measuring the length of AB. So this is the length of the AB. So the length of AB will be 5 centimeters. So the length of AB will be 5 centimeter. So if the length of the AB is 5 centimeter and place or put a dot between the exactly half of the length of the side, అంటే ఈ సైడ్ ఎంత ఉందో ఆ సైడ్ లెంత్ కొలిచిన తర్వాత దాని మిడ్ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఒక పాయింట్ పెట్టండి, అంటే హాఫ్ ఆఫ్ ద లెంత్ దగ్గర ఒక పాయింట్ పెట్టండి. నౌ దిస్ పాయింట్ కెన్ బి టేకెన్ యాజ్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ పాయింట్, అంటే నథింగ్ బట్ ఆన్ ది సర్ఫేస్ ద లైట్ విల్ బి ఇన్సిడెంట్ ఎట్ దిస్ పాయింట్, and now this point can be taken as a incident point. So now for this incident point I have to draw the normal. So because when we draw the normal then only we can find the angle of incidence. So normal, how to draw the normal is nothing but, so take the protractor, and after that so this 180 degree line must be coincide with the AB surface, and the intersection of this 180 degree line 90 degree line will be coincide at a point. So that point must be coincide with this point of incidence. So ఈ విధంగా ప్లేస్ చేసి నెక్స్ట్ you have to put a dot exactly opposite to the 90 degrees, and then after join this point of incident and that point, so then you get the normal for the AB surface. AB surface కు మీకు నార్మల్ వస్తుంది అన్నమాట. This is the normal for AB surface. This is the normal for this AB surface. And after that I am going to incident the light with 35 degrees first of all. So that's why I am drawing the incident ray, so that is making 35 degrees. So now this is a 90 degrees. So for this 90 degrees, and this is a normal, from the normal that incident ray must be incident with 35 degrees. So that's why here 10, 20, 30 and 35. So 90 to 80 10, 90 to 70 20, 90 to 60 30 and 90 to 65 35. అంటే ఇక్కడ 35 దగ్గర ఒక పాయింట్ పెట్టండి. After that, so join that point of incidence and this point, and after that draw a line. So that line will be gives the incident ray. That line will be gives the incident ray. ఇది ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది, దీన్ని ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయండి. So now this is the incident ray, this is the incident ray, and this incident ray is making how much angle with the normal? 35 degrees. So now I equal to 35 degrees. And nothing but if there is no prism, so the light will be travel along the straight line, and nothing but if we incident the light, so now this is the light, so falling and nothing but on this incident ray, when I incident the light, so now the light will be travel along the same path and it will be continue along the straight line, because there is no prism here, and if there is no prism, the light will be travel along the same straight line path. So now after drawing this incident ray, so now this incident ray is incidenting 35 degrees. So after drawing the incident ray, so now take the prism into the same place. అంటే ప్రిజాన్ని మళ్ళీ మీరు బౌండరీ డ్రా చేశారు కదా, సో ఆ ప్లేస్లోకి తీసుకురండి. సో తీసుకొచ్చిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్, సో వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇన్సిడెంట్ ద లైట్, ఆన్ ఏబీ సర్ఫేస్. So now this is the light that is so traveling in the direction of the incident ray, making 35 degrees. After incidenting, now it will be coming in this direction from a surface. Now this ray will be called as a emergent ray. ఈ రేని ఇప్పుడు ఎమర్జెంట్ రే అంటారు. And now this is the incident ray. Actually this activity must done with help of the pins, but here I am using here laser light. So now I am going to trace the emergent ray. So now this is the emergent ray. So now I am keeping 2 dots on the emergent ray. Now this is the emergent ray, so that is coming out of the prism. So once again I am going to check. So now this is the light traveling in the direction of incident ray. So after incidenting, so now it will be comes out of the prism. Okay, so that is the emergent ray. Okay, that is the emergent ray. So in that emergent direction, I place the 2 dots with help of the pens. So next I am joining the 2 dots, so then that gives the emergent ray. Now these are the 2 dots I kept here in the direction of the emergent ray. If I join the 2 dots, so that will be gives the emergent ray. Now these are the 2 dots. So when I join that, so that ray will be gives the emergent ray. Now this is the emergent ray, and now this is the incident ray. So now the angle between this incident ray and emergent ray will be called as angle of deviation. D means what? Angle of deviation. And for the 35 degrees, so now this is a deviation. This we have to calculate, we have to measure. So how we can measure? So with help of the protractor. So now take the protractor, and now a point, you have to take a point. This is a point. So at this point, this incident ray and this emergent ray will be incident. So that's why at this point you have to put the intersection point of the 90 degrees and 120 degrees intersection point. So ఈ విధంగా మీరు ఈ పాయింట్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఈ పాయింట్ను ఈ రెండింటి యొక్క ఇన్సిడెంట్ రే ఉన్ను ఎమర్జెంట్ రే ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఉంచాలి. ఉంచేసి నెక్స్ట్, సో దిస్ 180 degrees line must be coincide with the incident ray. Then measure the angle of deviation. Now here 10, 20, 30, 40. So now the emergent ray will be 45 degrees. This is a 45 degrees. Here 40 is there. So this is the 45. So now what is the angle of deviation? The angle of deviation is 45 degrees. And if the incident ray is incident with 35 degrees, so the angle of deviation is 45 degrees. Now this is the emergent ray. So actually the path of the incident ray and emergent ray are reversible. The light అనేది కనుక ఇన్సిడెంట్ రే పై ఇన్సిడెంట్ అయితే, so it will be comes from the AC surface, and now this ray will be called as emergent ray. Again if the direction of the emergent ray, if I incident the light, again it will be comes out from the incident ray. So I am going to check. So observe. So now this is the incident light. Now it is coming in which direction? Sorry. Now this is the incident light. So that is coming in the direction of the emergent ray. So now if I incident the light in the direction of emergent ray, it will becomes in the direction of incident ray. So now I am going to check. Now this is the light that is incidenting on the emergent ray. Now observe, the light will becomes in the direction of the incident ray. Observe. So now this the light is coming in the direction of the incident ray. And nothing but the path of the incident ray and emergent ray are what? Reversible. చూడండి, ఎమర్జెంట్ రే పైన లైట్ కనుక నేను ఇన్సిడెంట్ చేంజ్ ఇస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, అది మళ్ళీ ఈ డైరెక్షన్లో వస్తుంది. ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ద ఇన్సిడెంట్ రే. అంటే పాత్ అనేవి రెండు రివర్సిబుల్ అన్నట్టు. అబ్జర్వ్ చేశారు కదా, ఓకే. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఐఎమ్ మూవింగ్ టు ద next angle. So for that angle of incidence 35 degrees, you got the angle of deviation of how much? 45 degrees. So remember and note down. And next, angle of incidence is, for angle of incidence 40 degrees. So now this is the, I already drawn. So now this is the incident ray. So this is making how much angle? 40 degrees. So now when the light will be incident with 40 degrees, so what is the angle of deviation? So we are going to measure. So already డ్రా చేసి పెట్టాను అన్నమాట. So now this is a light. I am going to incident with what angle? 40 degrees. This is the 40 degrees. So ఇప్పుడు లైట్ అనేది ఎంత యాంగిల్తో ఇన్సిడెంట్ అవుతుంది? 40 degrees. So then what is the angle of deviation? We are going to calculate. So this is the light that is incidenting with how much angle? 40 degrees. For this 40 degrees, so what is the angle of deviation? So I am going to, first you have to trace the emergent ray. So now on the path of the emergent ray I am placing the two dots. Once again I am checking. Okay, they are moving. So next I kept the dots in the direction of emergent ray. So now by removing the prism I am joining that dots. So then that can gives the emergent ray. So this is emergent ray. So this is emergent ray for 40 degrees angle of incidence. So next we have to measure this angle of deviation with help of the protractor. So now how much? Now it is the almost 41 degrees. This is the 41 degrees. So this is a 10, 20, 30, 40. After 40, 1 degree, 1 division is there. With 1 division, that emergent ray is coincide. That's why this deviation is how much? 41 degrees. And now when the angle of incidence is 40 degrees, so what is the deviation? The deviation is 41 degrees. So in the previous case, angle of incidence is 35. So what is the angle of deviation? So the angle of deviation is 45 degrees. Now if the angle of incidence is 45 degrees. So now this angle of incidence is now 45 degrees. If the light is incident with 45 degrees, so what is the angle of deviation? So I am going to check. Already I drawn that incident and normal and boundary. Now this is the incident with how much angle? 45 degrees. Now this is the incident ray that is incidenting with 45 degrees. So now observe. So this is the light that is incidenting with how much angle now? 45 degrees. 45 degrees. So now this is the light that is going to incident with 45 degrees. This is a normal. So now it is incidenting on the AB side. Now this is the emergent ray. On the emergent ray I am placing the 2 dots or 3, your choice. So once again I am going to check. Okay. So that is the emergent ray. Next, so that when the points are joined, you get the emergent ray. So now this is the emergent ray and this is the incident ray. So the angle between them we are going to calculate or measure. Sorry, we are going to measure with help of the protractor. So now it is 39 degrees. Observe. So this is 0 and this is a 40. Actually 40 before division and division to emergent ray coinciding. Now this is how much angle? So this angle of deviation is 39 degrees. 39 degrees. This is emergent ray, this is incident ray. So now for angle of incidence 45 degrees. So what is the angle of deviation? 39 degrees you got. So for I equal to 35 degrees, the D equal to 45. I is equal to 40 degrees, so the D equal to 41 degrees. 41 degrees. So now in this case the I equal to 45, the D is equal to 39. And now what you are observing? So I is 35, D is 45. I is 40, D is 41. I is 45, D is 39. And when the angle of incidence increasing, angle of deviation is decreases so far. And next coming to the when the angle of incidence is 50 degrees. Angle of incidence is 50 degrees. Now this is an angle. So now this is incident ray. This is a normal drawn to this prism. Now it is incidenting with how much angle? 50 degrees. So for the 50 degrees, what is the angle of deviation? I am going to measure. Observe. Now this is the light. So that is going to incident with how much angle? 50 degrees. So for this 50 degrees, what is the deviation? I am going to measure. So now I am placing the dot in the direction of the emergent ray. So now this is the incident ray. So after incidenting the light on the prism, now it is coming in this direction. I place the dot. So next I am removing the prism, and when I join that dots, so with help of the scale you get the emergent ray. So this is the emergent ray. So again you have to measure the angle of deviation. Now it will be increases. So now it is 40 degrees. Observe. So this is the incident ray. Now with the incident ray, now it is making how much angle? 40 degrees. Observe. So now this is the 40 degrees. Correct? Enta undi 40. And now what is happening? Again the angle of deviation is increasing. So now I equal to 50. Angle of incidence is 50. Now angle of deviation is 40. In the previous case, when I equal to 45, so what is the deviation? 39. And when I equal to 35, deviation is 45. When I equal to 40, deviation is 41. When I equal to 45, d is equal to 39. And initially from 35 to 45 degrees. And when the angle of incidence is for 35 to 45 degrees, it is gradually decreased and reaches the minimum value. And again, when the angle of incidence is 50 degrees, what is the angle of deviation? 40. And now it is increasing. Now it is increasing. Observe. So now the last incident angle. So what is the last incident angle of incidence? That is 55 degrees. So now for the 55 degrees, if the light will be incident, so what is the angle of deviation? We are going to check, or we are going to measure, or we are going to find out. Now this is the light. So this is the light. So that is incidenting with how much angle? 55 degrees. Now this is the light that is going to incident with how much angle? 55 degrees. So if it is incident with 55 degrees, so what? This is the emergent ray. So on the emergent ray I am placing the dots with help of the pencil. Observe. So now this is the light that is going to incident with 55 degrees. So now that are the that is the emergent ray. On the emergent ray I place the dot. Now I am removing the prism and joining the dots. So that will be gives the emergent ray for the angle of incidence 55 degrees. Now this is the emergent ray. So now what is the angle of deviation? I am going to measure, children. So now this is the intersection point of the incident ray and emergent ray. So at this point I have to coincide the intersection point of the 180 degree line and 90 degrees line. So now it is 42 degrees. Now it is the 42 degrees. Observe. So this is the 40 and 41, 42. So what is happening? Now angle of deviation is increasing. So now I equal to 55 degrees. So the deviation is 42 degrees. And what you observe? So when the angle of incidence is increasing, so the angle of deviation decreases and reaches the minimum value, and after that it will be increases. So now I am writing here. So what is the for different angle of incidence? For different angle of incidence. So when I draw a table I versus D. So for I equal to 35 degrees, what is the deviation we got? The deviation is 45 degrees. The deviation is 45 degrees. I equal to 35, the deviation is 45. And when I equal to 40, what is the deviation? So when the angle of incidence is 40 degrees, the deviation is 41 degrees. So when I equal to 45, so when I equal to 45, what is the deviation? 39. And next, when I equal to 50 degrees, what is the deviation? 40 degrees. When I equal to 50 degrees, so the deviation is how much? The deviation is 40 degrees. When I equal to 55 degrees, so what is the deviation? The deviation is 42. And what you observe? So when I is increasing, so the deviation is decreases and reaches the minimum value, and after that I is increasing, the deviation is also increases. And when I draw the graph by taking the angle of incidence on x-axis and angle of deviation on y-axis, so you get the graph like this. And now this is the minimum angle of deviation, that is how much? So that is the 39 degrees. So this is the minimum angle of deviation, so that is how much? 35 degrees. And nothing but, So the angle of minimum deviation is how much? 45 degrees. Sorry, 39 degrees. Sorry. So the angle of minimum deviation is how much? 39 degrees. And nothing but this is the minimum value of all deviation. So in the all deviation, the minimum value is 39. That is called minimum angle of deviation 39. And angle of the prism is how much? 60 degrees. Angle of the prism is 60 degrees. So when the angle of the prism is 60 degrees, so you can find the refractive index of prism. What is the refractive index of the prism? N equal to, what is the formula? N equal to sine of A plus minimum angle of minimum deviation by 2 divided by sine A by 2. Sine A by 2. So that's why, so that formula will be this one, and in this formula when I substituted refractive index equal to sine of A means what? 60 degrees angle of the prism. D means minimum deviation is how much? 39 by 2, and divide by sine 60 by 2. A by 2 means 60 by 2. So the refractive index equal to sine 60 plus 39 means 99. 99 by 2 means how much? 99 by 2 is nothing but, so 49.5 divided by sine 60 by 2 is nothing but sine 30 degrees. So then n equal to sine 49.5 degrees is value 0.69 by sine 30 value is 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is nothing but 0.5, and nothing but what is the refractive index? 6.9 by 5 వస్తుంది. 6.9 by 5. So then n equal to how much? 5 1s are 5, 5 1s are 5, so 19. So 19 means what? 5 3s are 15. So 19 minus 15 means what? 19 minus 15 means how much? 40, and nothing but, so 5 8 ja. And what is the refractive index of the given prism? That is 1.38. So this is about the prism activity. And the prism activity what we learned, so how the angle of deviation is changes according to angle of incidence, and what is the refractive index of the prism. That's all.